Level and pay Jimima Nokai Hansen Norte National Private Electricity Vendors Association. Jimima just say I don't know my president Anna. Now oyo mo den spokesperson. Ana oka omo hinti una oka samomo. E dey pa ne issue na dey asem because you see mo giga pa. E dey asem.
Adiane say na before no yeti meter 2000 and ECG the app be buy app no mo de buy no omo na accessible to obia customer timi call app no so koto 1 CD e koto 2 CD amount ope then mo the app no bray mo the bray say ye using ye hu so app ye betimi aso any time of the day enti na ye ni age ho pa mo start e cry 1000 CDs. Then within a short time, money and cash, you call up and so I'm changing 1,000 cities, they are called 5,000.
I have for more vendors, no.
But try for young vendors.
Okay.
And because I say more for me, and because for the brave, especially more crossing, the brave business, because 5,000, most of your young home meter tobacco, yet on 3-4 meters. Because area bia who want you see one particular meter we bia you different people you see different meters and to who turn 3-4 meters 5,000 and so you better 20,000 and then go for the brave business more share in your back but then 2nd of February what the message about say effective 1st March say quota ne 20,000 money and discuss it was just a letter and I
na me can say someone customer service director no kokasai
after that when you phone call they've been through all the processes money kokasa but in change almost a way is beyond almost
na mami misa me nya wadwuma de binti e bia na me ntia se nti mami ncheche mu say a free 1,000 akọ 5,000 say almost say ekọ 20,000 no Sabi, a dear name how?
Patrona make us 20,000. 4 meters are 80,000. What am I? 80,000 they go at 4 meters in the tour. Customer now, what trend the coins so betting me the same app and also I 1 CD no. You know, never better me home. What am I saying? I no mean loan. 80,000 and found the running business and cafe met on 1 CD and not 2 CD send your bear customer never buy me home. Make us definitely no met on no better be 50 CDs minimum. I'm a customer. What am I saying? At the end of the day, no promise customer no say muji service me ban the doorstep. I will bet me for every amount or send your bear or near illegal. Then it means that you come back to send your yesterday. Because I mean, me and Tom 1 CD and not 2 CD na makata na. No, or for illegal. Because you be no need to use the app so.
And she say dem na mo pese ye.
I patrol ya pese mo buaye me o mo kasa because I say ye kasa ni the entry ejuri. And you know ya pese mo ni o mo kasa no mo hu say villages ni be especially who cost so ho no mo e ko fori e free ho no mo no. They pray 5,000 e buy they pray are falling out of business. And you know kakra aka wo ho be at 2 and 3 almost 7 no. What they cost 20,000 almost close it down. I heard that from last week it's only one person serving the whole of every honor. What am I saying? And you know almost share no munya who be my because that's the kind of easy.
Debbie, nya better. At least say me matia say enso ya tia say pacho e be die kire bibi ni e de hu mo e bebrem. Why? Miss me da CP Jemima Hansen Norte Oka National Private Electricity Vendors Association omo asema how mutitru pa na omode atudwa. In the meantime, ora Daniel Yeboah Abunyawa, you're a security man, Carl Bank head office. Today's your 60th birthday. Happy birthday to you. God bless you richly. Daniel Yeboah Abunyawa, security man, Carl Bank head office, Ridge, Accra. Happy 60th birthday. Yamin shall be brave. Nana Fredia. It's open. Where is his mic? Nana, yes, one now come microphone if you want. Bafon,
the shirt to fulfill. I'm saying the shirt, no.
And when you bring the shirt,
only my someone maker.
Bafon, so shirt and someone. Nana for you was
go me birthday same way at the assembly about.
Are they?
I said, who done this way? This is the retirement album.
My patron, no, and the buy swear 60. Now he calls out. David, football age be anymore. No, and the buy. Or no, and the buy. Nana for you, matching.
Yo, grandpa.
Boko dear.
Yaminado, grandpa, Yaminado. I'm there. Weekend, Yama, some two special Yama VC or my brabo.
Wine.
Oh, yeah, me back with Clara Champo. Obajena, wire woman, sim.
Who think?
Meminde. Ura Blankson, Jesse Blankson, Wabafa. Me back Clara Champo. Wabet, Nanim, Nebushian. The next one is me ba oyame nana me ofori no ono na owo me nana no Mercy ofori my grandmother the 88 years peace and so weekend so ya me na dum ono so eje na kwan boko
talking about celebration of life. Sampine Mayor Kumasi, and then I would
Kwabena Panyine.
Kwabena Panyine, ain't he care me Mayor Sampine, Utrinkwa, Yamin Shrow, Bibre, Udia Unya di 60 years into the end. Yes, Senya Minkwa, and Quatitia on New Womb. Emma pa Mayor.
Where my men can be. Mayor, you're not bank right. Now, I said you be a house here. Yema fishing in some. Catfish.
Some pine the catfish.
And I said, the number of America.
That's right.
You're the boxing.
Some pine yam. Sampine the catfisher. Mate. Sampine Yamin Shranewa with a happy birthday from the entire production team of Kokrokoo, friends, family, loved ones. We send you love.
And from the Catfish Crew.
Much love to you. In honor of the valuable contributions and services to the Republic of Ghana, the government of Ghana presents the National Honors and Awards 2023, a special edition dedicated to honoring our COVID-19 heroes, gallant frontline individuals and organizations whose distinguished sacrifices ensure the preservation of lives and our population during the pandemic. President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo will decorate deserving citizens with the highest national honors of merit, including the Order of the Volta Companion, Order of the Volta Member, Grand Medal, and other special awards for their meritorious services, leadership, and innovations. Tomorrow, Tuesday, the 14th of March, 1 p.m. guests should be seated at the Accra International Conference Center. Now, for a topical issue. Very topical issue. Just say, me Professor Joseph Osafo Abepi Hanope. Oh no, meaning say about catch him the psychology of Ashaiman 4. Prof Martin.
Hey, challenge
Boko there.
Boko me Johnson Mbomwe.
Nyamini hini. What are you shirt na many break akra.
Maybe na say me na
ba many bro there. Colors. So na mami who colors.
Colors now.
Sure, problem my lecture on the psychology of color.
Na for so strebo ko sana say.
Where na Fredia?
Na Fredia. Strebo ko sana say asem wo.
Prof na person Kenya yinti wo shirt na edam. Nya okay. Prof kan na no kre.
Prof, and then you fashion color so. Oh yeah. Prof, say Wunti next Monday we compare fresh one be pa. We compare fresh colors pa. Because and then you them.
Come in. No, the way I see combine all colors. No, are you serious?
Prof. But another you do all.
Prof. Johnny.
Prof. White cups now white combine the no with the
Prof. Another you do all.
Papa, he always looks neat and immaculate. Such a suit, I miss a one bonnet time, baby poncho. College,
and Pacho, you're telling it to her. You're telling it to me, or say, Kwame, he's my pastor. And he simply loves to dress to church.
Pastor Guy
runs for jump.
Professor Pastor Guy.
Professor runs for jump. Eddie Atuso. Yeah.
Ne Syria no and they call her no copa.
Papa. Professor Jampo, ono na kwa sorry.
Come remember no, me tuna say. Me tuna say.
One sorry no, na just ono ni black sheep of the family. Me who professor is stubborn sada.
Oh.
Kata repa o.
Professor Jampo so ati.
But me who ni ntia.
Sa hu.
Me kwa kan be ka say I'm body shaming, but as on shut down wa aka ho.
Kwame remember kwai. Kwame ma kwa ma we remember so.
We dan kwaku ye boa o.
O
ka bibi o say titia for a different. Or say one yakuma high because from yakuma eba yitri na short. Into ya near
but you know, come on say one thing about Professor Jampo. A year and been or a very compassionate person.
Sir.
Oh yeah.
Your name sir.
Okay. And the catch him. Jampo is a very compassionate person.
Me name sir.
Yam chishina many pa. And he's very human. Oh yeah, Nizano. Oh, Papa. Adibi wa. Obi kase onye manenka no. Bo ho ase we take.
When did you tell me sir?
I don't know sir.
Who are responding? When I was say or compassionate.
Or compassionate say
o feeling manipa.
Na say one or the number. Ona den to kwan ba.
Who did you watch? After all I'm taller than President Kufuor.
Now jump on the camera on count.
No holds back. Professor, no holds back.
On count to also a camera.
Police illegal chokehold. Release
also on Saturday. But come here.
Oh, probably watch it. Good to see you.
Okay. Maybe I fine.
Okay, I said, and maybe no starting come be a drugs on and then more different angles be be home come but answer no me enquire shaman that runs for jump how many passery or say after I'm taller than President This one says special greetings from Kumasi Mayanka to Honorable Sampine on the celebration of his birthday. Anyway, Nana Fredia.
Yes, sire.
I like that. Yes, sire. What do you make of Ashaman and matters arising? Quick comments. I just go around on that. But my minimum fears here. Right.
Catfish now.
Sampine.
Catfish for no Kofi Mafo at Williams.
Oh, me amini apenyato.
Aye, Kofi Hayford, Lawyer Hinjan, Sandra Ajimai Prempe. And
me amini aba Sandra.
Di panodos. Na yina yichiano. Yishiani ye ono kwa di birthday sunko. Yina ye di birthday boom. So programs nso ono kwa di eba na ye sunko. Ndi onyen sanim rankran na ye ntwaso. Na asema de atujafa asema my papers ni nyina mu no kre umzemze media amze graphic for natural mama Matias Emilia
Emilia Enina Bay. Ashaman soldiers death, 6 suspects arrested by police.
My share papers no no dey na am say a chirichiri mu ma me ehun niam. Say if fitting yet nsem soldier for akoyi say aswa nipa 100 and bibi abrim nkrofo nhun sem ngoma wan chrochro asi e chirechire niam ene ho say yesi soldier mpenifo officer mpenifo ekra ene itintim kratos onya say to me koye ene o yeti amanfo nsem fa soldier for ejuma won kodi e ho me de na menka nkrofo na ekamfo won every say ye jijisa ne ama no so a emra enye ejuma wo man yi mu yaw na won di and ye nyina ye di sa yaw no nkyere se itumi fatumi ebo so now say no say ne ne ti say police for de won do mu no won achichi ni pa bi na ukinkan era Emilia nsemo tro graphic no ma udi akire a etosum say ye bechi sankofo no say nkrona won bofa na esiye no dia won hwe won amanebo no mu wa kire se asumesifo mienu bi ene wo papa ewura ne sekan
asumesifo ene kwato hye no so na ba ko wo ne sekan
good ena afi police for kwato so no niema hye so dia hodo e won hu ye no ene won di akire a ko si nkrofo bi so won ye to ejifo no koton ye ne ne wanya broni wo brofo bi a ed o se meticulous
just a frenchum
yes one to one ye bibia ma ni sisi so utie nkrona era Emilia trainer on se etwasum yebo police for abaso yebo mpa se yenchi obi a yetwa asemato no so won a no enkoba se no kreni won a ene edisa ewu no na yenhwe nia esese emraye kwame me fasa asem iso aka sem ba ko
me tie
kwame me digana fo ho yawo yemfa mra nya adwuma abo yemfa mra nya adwuma enchekra ne de yensatene politician for so na wo am a wotene won sa no yemfa mra nya adwuma esisi ye pekwan bi so ne yesade anyway ebiom ye be ma abusuafo shedin asase mu eya na shedin no so ya won ko di se ewu no kra no mze ya zo ma abusuafo no shedin ono ti ono bia na onim se ne ba no anase ne na anase nini ano edi ewu sei nti asem bi sei ba na fe opre okopesika di bill aduane anipa ne bedi ehun sem chu atete enye enna from kra nti here na akoye ni nyina akoye abusuasem nyame nkrekra wo musa na yemfa nsuanya nsan hu se niam bi achia wo man no mu anya politician for adwempo bi ekoso yamane ne amamre bi a ye tutia ya na se ye kutia ama ye titi nkola bi a won bedie awudifo a won nim processor na wi ase ye niam bi wa ye nye SCS ye disa niam nyina kwadwentwem kwame manasi
nana fredio foreta medase nano asi ye pem so koye nim no na mibisa nana for you hu ne say
yes grandpa society a ye wo mi
yeah
obia wo ya hihye ye society grandpa ewudzifo akronfo when the no quite be for papa you to take the law into our hands. The jurisdiction of the military in relation to civilian, grandpapa, one warrior for external aggression. Another nation who there compelling need to be a joint operation with the police and other institutions of state. But grandpapa, the military need right to invade communities. Now we'll take law into their hands. Grandpapa, me wo for mo be se wa mo when they are part of the military apparatus. You were colonels, you were majors, you were minyankofu na ade bebre in the military. But papa, you ain't to me condone this single act. It's just not possible. The unfortunate loss of life, any loss of life with Pierre grandpapa has gone against the state. Every person be a lose be a grandpapa. But the military on to circumvent the structures as a society because the man or erode the confidence. Well, yes, security system in terms of the police and the worker or the way woman trained for external aggression is different from internal investigation and apprehension of corporates. Well, yes, society. We need law and order. You have discipline, and we need a discipline from the military. The military police cannot enter a military barracks that maybe a policeman has lost his life. So they are going to enter a military barracks to say that they are going to avenge the loss of the life there. It doesn't make sense, grandpapa. You hear a society, or you're just and or you're discipline. And whenever you break it down, this relationship here you build with your society, grandpapa, or your effect on people's confidence there, BBC or there, this instant death or Miami, grandpapa, so many innocent people. Also a will be the broke abonitim. Then the person was not the right person. Grandpapa, minyanko pa simpani, and na neba or ye high officer or Malaysia or baby on a ship, and obesra ne papa or Ghana. Grandpapa, and na call to a supermarket. Ojawana lady bibe every oni. Grandpapa and Kofu so ni mu po. The man went back to his station, and grandpapa, the next day he died. Internal bleeding and complications. A just and disciplined society. It is here lose a life, unfortunately, or a military life. The military cannot act with impudence. There will rat a community. There will rip on Crawford, war bron Crawford. What they your future young men? What it's one of them? Are they guilty because of where they live? Baby, I what's in it or you guilty, grandpapa. This profiling, or your very horrible profile, grandpapa, you're fighting against this injustice in the US, that a black man can be picked up by virtue of being black. Then why you crying? No watching, what brun will kun. This one so in Ghana here, baby, it's it. By virtue of baby, it's it. You have been what? Profiled. Now, bro, grandpapa, it can never be correct. It can never be correct. It can never be justified.
Ebiso say to craft no to momoni so for. Ina ya when the instant justice, mob justice no. Yen so odi to your fubi.
Oh yeah, grandpapa, I may link it too no. May link it to just a disciplined society. For your structures not to work, you must believe in them. You must believe in the structures. And to me, who there the police, I caught 6 suspects without doing what the military did. Grandpapa, no. You see, you must believe in the structures and fight there. The structures, obey improve, obey making sure that they are able to deliver one mandate to young as citizens. On another focus, but we cannot allow this thing to happen, grandpapa. I think the military in their quest I will seek justice. They cannot circumvent the constitution of the land because the constitution of this land, are more going to do what they did. Are more going, grandpapa, and they should have gone through the police. They should have held emergency meetings with the police. Now, police the structures and the processes will be followed to make sure that the people are what committed this heinous crime. What could a brand say? What the second idea? What bring you want to book and they make sure that law and order and justice and discipline, fairness, equity must be our hallmark. Because we feel like it, grandpapa. Me to pay a ban for fashion because I feel like it, and why me be into one I'm open. Grandpapa, it doesn't work on them. You can't do that. There's a process. The person now action, action instead of you're guilty. The process must go on. The person must be arraigned before a competent court of jurisdiction. Now go through the process because all right, he's innocent to prove guilty. Until they go through the process, grandpapa. Yeah. And we must allow ourselves as citizens today. You better discipline, and then once the citizen is disciplining himself, the institutions now, so they must be disciplined. They must be disciplined in their approach. And to this issue that we see Ghana, grandpapa, me pomocho, yen taking big lessons from this. Now me pomocho, you see the spirit of a soldier, and there's a certain be there. You have gone against the soldier. You have gone against a collective people. Yes, it has it. And then the force must be shown and all of that, but not this type of force, grandpapa. When issues happen, one kasa won't use the process, the constitution and the powers now, other man, various organs of state or the way you wage man into internal security or your police for wage man or yet soldier for wage man. This is not how they are trained. Because the training of the soldier, the training of the police, or you're different. And what approach what they get wage man. And that is why some of these things are we were horrified by the fact that the Maji Usi the discipline of citizens or you're important. This year you take a law into our hands or you're wrong. The discipline of institutions of state in taking laws into their hands and pushing things their way, they are wrong. And we must use that to make sure that you better build a just and disciplined society. Some comfort and peace that we will maintain the stability you enjoy so much in Ghana. You will see that Ghana, with all the stress around the West Africa countries, all the stress associated, you to maintain a certain balance. We are able to maintain a certain, and it's important that we continue to act as peaceful people, and we can say, you see what bothers me there when an institution violates, institutional violation, you're more grievous than individuals violating, because the institutions not bring individuals in line, in check. One will use the constitution, and I also know they are guided by the constitution and the powers of the constitution, that gives them power to do A, B, or C. We are guided. And on your military command leader, or you're guided by constitution now, until they must act within the realms of the constitution and respect other institutions of state. Because to me, or your disrespect against the police, because they are the ones that will bring this thing to book. Yeah, the ones that bring this thing to book. Can you go and trial them in the military court? The civilian? You can't do that. The law so what was the thing for? Inti mo boy ho ban no me pa ocho yen fa power no yen fa ma police for no na yen make sure that you be criticizing the police to be able to carry out one mandate or given to them by the constitution of the land. That law and order, grandpapa,
Fire sends one quickly before Prof comes in. Say, honestly, I am surprised that because of the unfortunate murder of the young trooper, people, including some in government, are justifying the actions of the soldiers. I don't think it was a proper thing for the soldiers to do. Are those who are justifying this not encouraging for example, Continentals in KNUST to take matters in their own hands if one or more of their own is beaten up or, God forbid, killed on a visit to, say, Katanga Hall? Both halls are just used as examples here. This is not good. We cannot, must not encourage a lawless society. Fire sends that one in. Prof. Mpachobrim.
Come Didi kind of come mini penny or suffer. If I know suffer Bram or COP or Boase Utiopa every week be anti also for Bram COP or Boase Brahabome come so Josu. I mean, so
for Bram, you channel pay you.
I feel so for Bram. I mean, so come away na me am two ways me and I'm this year and the dafemo I had many abre nipa oye ne sa no so se me eja se me yana se even me boss na mate se mbaba akon obi ekunu ya sa enti sometimes one na out of the pain no, impulsively na wakoye bribia ense na emfata. In fact, this civilian brutalities are they reflect a certain level of indiscipline in our society. Now, there is a potential for extremist behavior. It's lacking to baby. Say, obi betumi edu boni ya bia when in that. Now, to be honest with you, some of the behaviors ni bia ye mana ebano epekene up no. Met me I can say come dear Ghanaian. Yes, ana Ghana values at it. Ye nyine no. Utumi FB bia de asa obi to me with my ra do be do be gradually no yes society no na ye manwa eba no and say subana what eba no omun hu say yes na chechere mai say obi be to me edem rasha ne nsem say asumesi madwem no wa ya de enye enti memfa sekan na menkuno me mo tu sabe obechine bo enti enya dia ese sosokra I will say a condemning strongly. Na yema ante ne maya ne bana ente asese. Enipa isuni banya ikura ono. Obi nua bro entwa anka. Enti say the Bible kan onipa gu no. Eno no betwa. Enti I condemn such a behavior very very bad. Na enisa mo justice abeya onam ba bi no bi bo julo. Ne bi kura won ka ho a
ne ebu akun
akofa ebo battery if anything wires ne ye miao many akun abusanfo awutie nye na wudie bia obi odie obia no ensase do friend pem because
last week min twa na bi come ha akoya si akoya VIP bus.
Exactly.
I will come and see what Korea VIP bus or two buses. A man for the motor card in each. Aqua chino. Much in area Mufanico police station.
Was it Yakuno?
Yabuna Kuno.
Wow. How? Say, come here, the bonny pa because the end say, who say, time be a Urcasimia because a be any podi anymore. On open air, the link person to a complete cartel. And beyond the fat cross say, a bukana yon one. So, how many panatnas now the processes say as the Nifambra Conswa, O boa wanga eshe asemuno. Ama wanga company na and sensu. Oh, and obedient Casam now on Sakana. You don't have to rush. Na what them bra ashe when some say, why am I dear inti, Mikukuno. And the wanga edia wu ewo yin krum wanga nam kwanso am robesa ewi uncle for dear. Wanga nam some nkrase na omo eribi mofra ene mrantie enye no kwa wanga so a omomoden ade moakọ obi afum na okose afum onyina ye all of these are wickedness eye wu customer microphone edipa na mom yen hye no so say the udua obitwa enti I condemn the mrante ye ne pass kwa me enya de pa na me come ni no na fe make community leadership
Yeah.
Say in our communities, your family heads. Kwame yano kwa your assemblymen. Yano kwa your various associations yano kwa your sorry. I think that community leaders any groups American your angels are hold. Enfi ase more sa adi de hundewuru. Wickedness. Yammo hundewuru. Adeba kwa ewo nipa ho a ense ye yiri bi fini say. Ese bribia ye kai nipa say. Adie bi wo nipa ho a enye. Very important. Na nipa sane suban. Enti angels are hold a ewo communities ni ahemfone nsori ahodo. Ewo mu a yen kasa ansam yi. Say mob justice say obi ayade yen kye no yenku no. Yen ka ho asem beboa. Na kwa me kom anim no. Na me pese me de the military dimension ne bem.
Okay.
Kwame, to be honest with you, what we also saw on the part of the military, no, it is also an officialized mob action.
Officialized mob action.
Yes, because they are part of an institution. Oh, it's an institutionalized system, and it's a woduho. Now also ka say ye ku obintino, yes ye ku biya. Coming first and foremost, the transitioning of the military into our democratic architecture is very, very important. Yeah, they are a democratic nation. No? The part and the role of the military, no, eka hon. Ekwan say military no, esesana hon. Na odana hon. No fan antoma pefra. Don't forget that the military in the past, no, is being, to a certain extent, a brutalizing institution. Very unfortunate, but not sana na ibin muhono. Enti ye be democratic nation no. Na yes a sound. Yes, some military part that a military man is generally for defense, not for rampage. O defend it. Say bribia ankoyi. Enti momaya mo bribi ho ban na niema njinsem. That is essentially what the military does. And it's a woko baby na obi nipa ba kwa to am example say military ne ko war Kwame na oba akoto a would they say ba kwa to ntino they are coming to attack the whole of Ghana? No. And see it what you say nipa na ato no madwuma no sanity it be bia something can happen. It's a very unfortunate incident. Say a young man like this is just murdered in cold blood. Na ubia isa thanks say yensaka suspect ibi asana but ye pese ye kai ye military no and come no it's not the first time military is meboa it's not the first time.
No.
A bribia I better say so the nibi ho aka bibia na oma fambrano in their hands. I am afraid of that because a labeling and a certain action bia I say remember here and I'll go into some narratives so I so ye can ye di shamu kutupa. We have to be careful. See a cancer for one someone. Near Taka say, hey, I'm no nonsense. I'm the say, come Samuna ye canon. It is legitimizing certain military indiscipline. It's just for the on your which in Quasasemo, where your bell or the Toba Shwasum. I think we should stop that narrative because we have dealt with the military in certain areas in the world. Omushawa. The way I want to know crowd, young crash was that. Men person meshia a military person, I'm a measurement. Baby, if you say, may you be a boom rasso. The military is for defense or bombing home by Timishiano. Or some Akuma Tommy Yemu say, Obi by your or Hanma, men you be by bombing. Mammy share military. Let me miss me bram, they be a bram, sir, and more. And also, I say, Obia, Ombuadi. Na onam hobiano obitna ka say we military away wine that's what I mean. What I mean is that I endorse certain behaviors of the military. And here near ka say member obehwasum obeyose no ebinum in the military no afa the laws into their hands. Me say the military is for defense and not for rampage.
The military is for defense and not for rampage. Yes, so. But Mami Misa Bibi, okay, Bibi about general indiscipline. How about Omonswa? It is obvious to say soldier nini, and I say police nini. When I say it is obvious, just so she soldier atade, and as you police attire, you go cook with the two. Then you go and try and disarm. Chese o pese wojijino. How did we get to that point?
Good point.
Enti ama say no, because obi Jemfu abi the message Jemfu sorry say me for Jemfu abi Jemfu the emrabo nkrabo say yesterday afternoon, just yesterday, a driver's mate removed a policeman's cap from his head whilst the trotro was about to take off. Kwame, you can imagine if the policeman had something in his hand like a gun. What was it? You see, what was it? Yes, but minister was say not because say or there, but just as some yesterday. So police ni chene na uko tu chene say. So jeni kuretu. O say uko jitu na free nisem. It is obvious this person is a military or police attire. Uko tu ashe so. What there's a video going around. Soldier phobia protect him some mining area be. Now I'm running to quita machetes. Whatever it was. Almost 13 soldier phone. Imagine if the military or the soldiers had reacted.
Okay.
It is our what do we do? Yeah, I'll dovetail to our drugs amongst young people. But
come a quick one on
that. It's prof here and I'm about to name my call. Then we go into
come a quick one on that.
Yes.
Every BA we have to struggle to balance the security apparatuses, their professionalism. Because professionalism said ye we see you as a professional security apparatus, say be a military, say police, say whatever. Any public indiscipline. It is said, Kwame, we are now baby is stubborn.
Yeah.
Do you kill a child?
Of course not.
No. That's exactly the thing. It's about to say, Oko, Amane, ne one year, what try say, what the military no be Gina baby, you say Gina. Now, let me uphold the principles of professionalism and protecting human lives and property. No, I never come stress and say, military no, ukretu no. At the spell of the moment, be able to me a trigger no. Emma, what then say, ashe trigger no, boom, we kunipa. Or try to help it. So what it means, they say, yenga ye timemu na ye Ghana for. You want this disturbing, in quote, stupid attitude. Say, on to me who come in my work as a psychologist. You catch us say, obi, a create you. Na it's any crown, don't dare. And it say obi can say, oh to me yamashe, ukrase kan yo. And we jina ho say, on to me yamashe. I don't know.
Yes, no.
How do you think? If you say impulsively, on your not be proud, but on impulse, there is something we call self-preservation. And to soon now all corner, one here and a trigger say, Obekum. And the Mantiana and Maya Banswa, so will customer journey. And the risk taking behavior now, about say, on to me, Mimbacosa. A gym for whom, not a gym for a woman in Tino. And fa sebi ojimi for back home. Enko selena mini na forika no. Enko area bi say oni ba ko bia ya de bia yinte no. Enipa be 150, be 200 obi ansofa. No. And we need that balance. Say I have to be professional. Now so me mo bi so entietia me fa hodi so. Come with this.
Finally, Nana Nambrem. Nana, and me no best start here. No, I'm basing on just to a bakon near minia baku ewo UK the amaneme. It is the story of a woman or baby and now or 8 months pregnant. 8. Wada anikru buntu. While she was asleep. On him 8 months for whatever reason. Nikru bonitio or bonitio. It's been 8 years for the family to finally receive judgment. And Obisam Kwame, this is what sometimes may push people to instant justice. The slow pace of our justice system we should also think about the judiciary. Second one, I made the Becca one mountain. A Major Maxwell Mahama. It's been 6 years. May this year will be 6 years. The case is still in court. Na men kase enunti obi mfa branch ninsem. But see they fa emra kwan so rule of law. Na infiensia anasa watch edu anan na eda so ye adjournment back and forth. Etimi wani pa abamubu nti ebia Fredia miti wa dwintre
we de anka lecture mo se asemanka unze prof kasan me pajama nsa se owi ananka wa ma kwan
yeah obetime wi no ansa na wa hwewe
well ebofra because fa bibia ode fa no ni ana me pese meka a me be kan se ahometie frustrations or how nipa de nam a wo ni trim no saa de no yeni hu hihye emomai me pese prof etumi bobo hu kire ndaachi any saying me na meti saa beka junction na meti ha me mofra brem da ko me fi school baya no me class 3 me fi school baya ya chikromfo bi ono so na ne hu kakra uko wiade na police depot eni achina ye brim no won brim na ni tranko ye etiti na tade se o she madros when die huru no brim ne bi ka ho me koto so no me fi school ba me koto so ni abona manani no ni kosia no ba ko yi ato na fo so that's how bad they beat me. Of course naturally obeko ko wu obe me ko ajimote school me ma me atompa bo bi ama me the government pass anopa me so ni ewi ampa bo any 1 week ena boys no back e chi no say we wi ade ena manfo brim no ena me de mani break on so nso me na me see atete me o nso mani bre no frustration overcame the discipline me can see so say Usha Ura Mahama Kuai Kuni, Usha Papa Kuai, and it's into Guswaya, the Tigusun. How be your baby? And then your Ghana Samu. Ayana Ebianza Coca UK Asami. Usha America for them, maybe I say, no one dear sir. How be we Nipemua? And one entity, so I'm fine, Shenny, I'm Bonipa Hobaya, a tip, a puzzle. A tipa so nso a me sa da na me boa me ebrim boy no ne ma me jaye ne say ana ka ho o me some say me de mani break o kan
because they
unim ne esi afi boy no ye wa bansoro so boy ni si okohuri e ha afi me mo me gro so no na me kan ko say baby e kono agro na ye ya e kakra ye and afi me mo me patrol wa man but it didn't exonerate me from my action. Therefore my point is as see a tree abo yen hwe me sheda na me de kofa emra na me class 3 because me mpesa manfo adwen ye won say e nanse yin hihye bi na aba e nipa ban nipa su ene ne ban bi odinam na si an sheda ma ye ntwa sabia e kire say ye sheda bo nipa ho ban won ne ma bi ho o kofa America for de bia no one TV show or one radio show or the other no ni e kan sema ebema won sini kra ne ho ankrai won pe kwan bi so edit nipa eno achi kra no bibi koso na me kai se mre bi me kan nwoma bi em se be 90s mu ho on yen susu ye bi se anka ebibi man de yen social system no structure ne se ne etie ni ntina anka ye de no ebo nipa ho ban sin obi ade ne me kan sisu ne se ho no MC ya pa ho yen hu antoa so na prof mako hu school na mo family fie na enye adwempo a empanimfo de beye adwuma na nsen wo bobo empanimfo bi so o si assemblyman bi sa assembly member no ono amu na ntiti mu tesen o si ahemfo enya ahemfo nyina na sebe won ti won adwuma na sesa o When I'm MP, anyway, son, because fundamentally, no, you refinia maybe. Now, I say, when they brought for your culture, your friends saying, your money and your mamma, I say, at the Quasem, and so near at the echo. As a CFA near. Now, go another area back on so hard. Sasami, being fear dunia, maybe set me fit to be Sasami. Yeah, titi, hey. Why, and no call class 1. Yeah, the police need ban a class, a the police for one Germany.
Civics.
Why near train, sir? So police need a beba. About a classroom, I bet you say, na me juma. Until we are bofran and not told him, say it. Me what fast be a crabby assay. Bear and fear do a chini. And I papa frames a minute, I make us, I know a D15. Also, a day school, Adaya on pay school, no, or person could the police. Now, where the 15 who could the police?
Now, 15 better could the police. Now, one could square and the police before.
Good. And I'm besides police, no, on him said then 1 year, or you, good, not crying home. And I'm besides, oh, the young fan says police for Juma Crown. Who is a crown of good only moment? You see, but look at the point for me. The point is one: educational system. No, yen fasa ni ma yinhyem na kampese nkola ni yin no. O ya te san hyehyɛ na se. Se ukoye sojani a wasadi ni. Uhu sojani a wasadi ni. Ukoye police ni a wasadi ni. Uhu police ni a wasadi ni. Enye ntete nti ento ni penetrim na wate ase. Nti ohunu se ne ekona na echiako. Ena fiti media police penia mishia no oman ni nyina bu no ura ss omane a wanya ne baby sa ne pensofo no a oba wo se police ni na ebe esese usuro na usuro na yobu usuro enya ahome ayam hihie usuro enne utumi bo nipa sa bidin a won nipa sa won be ahe enya ensese okoye IGP ansa no wahu ebi oye corporal nipa inti no sa ne manu afei nso sa mia no nso eye soja any police won amu no won tete en eso won ma man hu say won hote. They must demand and command respect by their actions, by their own actions, because emrante no okopase out no obani krom or your police uniform not their conscience no di rough for say wa pass into person in krom man who say why police ni but we police wa pass ya ko police ni ensanse ni edeko no akọwe ni ewo ho a kire say we me ne bema go ma wa ure soja mu ya wa pass ntino there be sane man nyina no as say science institutions no so ehwe so nti for me all stories now raise ye na any nsema bisa ebofra we nyina kire say ye amu no ye ntete ya ye de ma ye ho social engineering no kosen na akoka sane me ya ema ye ho kire ye.
Minkomenim Kwame Amponsa says, tell Grandpapa and those in your studio that where were they after 2 or 3 days when the innocent soldier was murdered? We should have all been loudmouthed and asked for swift action. Do we know that the arena belongs to the civil police and so soldiers don't have the right? Well, since they say they know the law, they should lead the crusade and sue the military high command. Tell them and everybody else, Kokrokoo ni jaya, kekenu bejai. Kwame Amponsa, well. This one says, I'm afraid, but the concise police statement on the Ashaman issue makes absolute nonsense of the supposed intelligence upon which the military arbitrarily invaded the area and subjected innocent civilians to torture. I have said and will continue to say that the soldiers had no business invading Ashaman the way they did. Ghana has come a long way from such levels of impunity. Sir Obama in Pokwase sent that one. This one says, I've remained indifferent on the murder of the young soldier and the subsequent brutality by the soldiers. The reason it is wrong for anyone to take the life of another. It is also wrong to encourage the military on that path. My conclusion is the title of a book by Geoffrey Robertson, QC, quote, crimes against humanity, the struggle for global justice. Crime is crime. There's nothing like military crime and civilian crime. In all these, we must struggle for justice to build a civilized society. Chairman Sasa. So that is why I was asking about the role of the judiciary in all of this. In the meantime, Ashanti Regional Minister Simon Osei Mensah says, permit me to use your medium to wish my MCE of KMA, Sampine, a happy birthday. May he receive the benediction of God. Amen. Nana for you,
Yes.
quick comments and then we're done.
Yeah, Grandpapa,
Yes.
in a state of nature where there are no laws or institutions.
By the way, Nana Fredia, your cousin Jones Amwakwata in Maryland. On Semen Kancho said last Friday was his 50th. Into a train Mumu.
to Maryland.
Mumu to Maryland. Happy 50th birthday to you, Jones Amwakwata in Maryland, USA. God bless you richly. Welcome to floor 5. The view is nice from here.
Do you know boy no? Not just say you didn't to me Papa Jones.
Aye.
Because you didn't know Jones I'm a conto for it.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Grandpapa.
Yes, sir.
This mob action, Yamana, it takes you to the state of nature. There is no society, there are no rules, there need to be or governance as a people. And so the breakdown, the concept of breakdown of authority, Oman Crawford in there will seek for justice. Grandpapa, justice, on court to speed, or go through a process, and never, whether it is fast or slow, or a processor, the guilty must have a right to defend him or herself, irrespective of my agent. Like the sun, moon, and the stars, also they have a right to be here. Grandpapa, me advocacy in here. And there are police for car, now all those things. My advocacy in here, we need to invest more in the security apparatus. What is a policeman doing with a gun in the public transport? There is a breakdown in terms of infrastructure for the security service, and what processes, vehicles to move them, Grandpapa, there is a breakdown. And to me, I may advocate for more investment into these systems and institutions to make sure that one mandate, they are able to carry out well. A policeman sitting in the trotro with the heat, with the chaos, with a gun. Grandpapa, it means that something is going on in the police service. We need to improve upon. Grandpapa, we need to look at the laws or guide the security service, i.e. the police, and the power of the politician over those institutions. And we need to be moving closer to independence of these institutions now, or carry out what mandate to you and I as citizens, that they are there and sometimes they are not there to take any direction from political apparatus. And Grandpapa, in your society, all move closer to perfection, all move closer to improving yourself. All there, it's about time, because of your history of military intervention and governance. When civilians come to power and enact laws, they enact it in the way what they think that they must exercise power and true influence over these institutions, because of that historical fear, psychological fear of the adventurism into the political space and public space. And we need to find that balance, Grandpapa. But imagine that time at Tebia Yakwana Obi Pedo defending Obi Pedo Okumubi doing that state of nature and or a serious situation say you are putting it to an end it means that we are breaking down the law and order that exists. And your cultural ways of living, grandpapa. You destroy your traditional cultural ways of living. Because you see, the taboos, the ways, the folklore, the way are now your level among ourselves are now a controlling force for people to not do things, to be able to make sure that you live in harmony with each other. Grandpapa, that thing, why break your traditional ways, your cultural ways, your norms, why break? And when it breaks, Grandpapa, they go, they are in a process of what? Amnesia. They don't know we don't know who we are. We are trying to recollect our original selves, and in the middle, all this chaos and all these things run about. Grandpapa, may advocate there or then for yes, traditional systems, ways or they develop those things, because it used to keep us together. People were able to walk at night without fear.
So we should go back.
So we should.
Sankofa.
Modernity with our traditional systems must be mixed, and we must be able to move forward in a way or making sure that you value for life, because you have high value for life. Your value for life, or you maintained are able to yakov forth. Now you're making sure that some of these things now OCC people wanting to take just law into their hands. We must desist people from it. If it takes 10 years, if it takes 12 years for the thing to come out, you don't have a right there. You must go and do what you think.
Back to my question, the role of the judiciary.
Not so much the role of the judiciary, or a collective process, because you see,
because what's the money?
Yeah, but Grandpa, the security services now will apprehend that, will build the docket for it to go to the Attorney General, from the Attorney General to present a case to the judiciary, Grandpa, or your value chain approach. And so we need to understand that when we build and we invest in the value chain approach with all the people who are along the way.
You lived in America.
The prison systems.
You lived in America.
Yes.
How many years? More than 20 years.
Yeah, close to.
Okay. Ain't Black Lives Matter?
Yes.
Padino friend there, George Floyd.
Yes, sir.
How long did it take to jail the policeman?
How long did it take to
jail the policeman? Less than 6 months.
Yes, Grandpa.
Less than 6 months.
Yes.
Now I'll use the Major Hoa example, because when it was videoed, still 6 years the case is in court. In Jin did Obama Didi Obu Ankofuo ama judicial system no atembu no do betwa, because ibia wo video a obize ababa abonitim. Still, as we speak, 6 years down the line, we don't have a verdict.
I agree with you.
Don't these things, create some problem? No,
it does.
Many times you George Floyd, you're talking about systems and cultures. Yes. It was also videoed.
Yes.
Quick, it's done.
Yes. Grandpa,
so there's belief, there's trust, there's hope. But in your hands,
there's a disconnect.
JB Dankwa was killed in his own house in 2015.
In his own house.
2015. Yes. A sitting member of parliament. Basically, we don't have a verdict. Maybe, just maybe, some of these things let people lose hope. They may be forced to take the law into their hands. VIP basa, instant justice, because they don't believe in the system anymore. And as a senior prof kind, be a yanka sano, yadrieno akaya kakra. Say ube hu nipa no aye obone in the first instance say yenkunu. Titru say ebia nipa 10. Watching nipa baako. Tell na every day chair or test anyway. Watching nipa baako. You obviously have overpowered him. So quote unquote frog march him to the police station. But he be kunu.
Psychological issues or
exactly. Ain't no makaye them no.
But grandpa, makano or truism or and there when there's a breakdown in the process. people lose confidence. That is why I advocate today. We must invest in the process because it is the only alternative. There's no other alternative. Because as a group of people, no, we must be bound by something and guided by something. Me individual outlook on the situation. Grandpapa, sometimes your eyes can deceive you. And because your eyes can deceive you, how you view a situation, no, might not be the truth. And so it needs to go through a period of process to polish it and to make sure that the right verdicts are brought into the process. And I make a day, Grandpapa, how does a policeman have to take a public transport holding a gun sitting in the front seat in a trotro? It means the system, the institution of the police service, and there's something wrong because you're not supposed to do that. That is why I'm saying that we need to invest technology, more training into the police service. We need to start incorporating police people into our neighborhoods. Gone are the days of barracks. Remember, people must be incorporated in the way that what income can afford them down payments on properties and the rest for all of those things. So as the entire system, we pay more attention to the processes and institutions, and we must equip them in a way that makes them be able to offer the services to Emina because they are service providers.
Let me wrap up on this. Kwame, the high indiscipline among civilians these days must be kept. The youth are being lawless with impunity. Imagine as a proud father of a soldier, you get a visit from his or her superiors that the very people he has chosen to lay his life down for have murdered him or her for a crime he or she didn't commit. Put yourself in the shoes of his colleague soldiers. Tell my chairman Nanofori, some people also brag about how tough and violent they are based on where they stay or come from. It's rather unfortunate this happened. Osei Kofi Akwa, National Youth Organizer, CPP. Now, CPP, National Youth Organizer, claiming PPP as your chairman. Interesting. Anyway, it's interesting. Okay, Kwame, JB Dankwa was murdered on February 9, 2016, and Maxwell Mahama, May 29, 2017. So, Obama, thank you. I said JB Dankwa was murdered in 2015, but it was 2016. Thank you very much for the correction. Thing is that, whatever it is, I was actually talking about the slow pace of justice in this. On a light note, Nana Freddy, obviously me misal, or say a friend of Francis Brakwa Kumase, or say please ask Nana Freddy on a light note. The name Jones is a reserve for natives of Chebi. About 1/3 of people I know from Chebi are called Jones. Francis Brakwa in Kumasi. Chairman General, I am a Bema camp boy. The thing is do before complain. So respect the soldier. And then when people no longer believe in the existing structures and systems, the alternative is lawlessness. Jomo Pokwase Festus. Criminal laws are jurisdictional based and as such differs from one jurisdiction to the other. Junior, thank you very much. I believe you're talking about my question when it comes to please Kwame, our justice system is horribly slow. Look at the case of Mahama you cited. I pray for the day you'll interview the Chief Justice on this matter and others. Abo in Achimota. Chief Justice interview near better, sir, to get himself no be small. Kwame, plenty talk, no go reverse the soldier beating. Stop killing soldiers, soldier to no go shake areas. Cat sleep, right go biting tail, waiting they find. Yao Bedu, I suspect you're a soldier. So anyway, talking of the court system being slow, what has happened to the case of the Fantiman MP who was murdered? Fred Agona Street. Fred, that's another one. Very sad, but I guess that one is also on slow motion. Yes, Prof.
Me person can't be short.
Too. Me person can't drag medicine.
Yes, this is just for the justice system. Nana's person can be. Me say, Mama can potokasi. Me say the credibility of a justice system is not just governed by how fast justice is served, but the ability to assemble credible resources to facilitate the process. the credibility of a justice system is not just governed by how fast justice is served, but the ability to assemble credible resources to facilitate the process. Yeah, na yes, I'm from so yeah, in them, but you me yeah, no, internet many enough for year, investment into the judiciary. Come in other latitudes, no. BBC, you want cameras all over. And maybe you may not even have to rely on individuals who come and testify. Camera chinipano. Then you know. By a system, you maybe over Kokrokoo road, yeah, going to a highways here, yeah, the camera. Correct? Camera be over. Abonimuas be 4 years ni. Who be as a sign. And we have not invested also into the judiciary. We need investment in there. Emma, we a judge now. Over serve justice. When we say why assemble, why didn't you be kwame? A judge, ne sentence could send somebody to jail. It could lead to somebody being killed. And the idea over pero honsa we entem. But me tiasie pa say e had 7 justices sometime on delay. But I think they say to be fair to the judiciary, no, meaning say they have also often called for investment.
Yeah.
In certain areas. Ebeboa na madwuma koso.
Kwame na me di twam ntamtam. Yet net ni inside here. E ka say atimusam enzo e ka ho no. Say central phone so motete yan kakra wonye na sa. Asitra ne say nsem ni bi fitia. Ye ni ekire embobo mu enhwe ma asem no etuntwa. Inti yemfa ne say JB say yemfa say JB asem ya. JB die no empra hin na wote say atemufo central for ADHD akokot a report amobi aye ho analysis ebisa.
How long can we continue?
But you see, it is as long as it lives. That
Hey.
and only a friend activism.
Now come there is be a more continue pa.
Prof Canessa because Canessa na say na make
The unfortunate thing at 2JB.
The point
The unfortunate thing at 2JB. I 2016. I 2016 JB. Which media house will run a story for 7 years?
But that is the point.
7 years?
Yeah.
Nana, come on. You think we have the resources?
But you see,
No, we don't.
But
you see, Nana, maybe you are also a media practitioner. You know that eventually people will get tired. It is the same story going around in circles. Meet you.
America for na me dey emfato. Unim say won to me yi hu sini. Say journalist ba ko di asembwe 10 years. It's called activism, and that's the aspect of media. No, Udi asemwechi. Can say for how long? Resource now can one say. Me know we are doing. There's no dispute about the fact. Say Nana Fredi no age Mama Peace FM. No see Odi JB Dankwa. Nini JB Dankwa asemwechi. Emribia or Coco Tenebezi Pesis Kamano. It becomes a bit But the point also is that is the aspect of Mojumanwa. Social kakra because a baby asiana etniniama emadachima enya humfaso. Indeed, that part of your sacrifice is important.
Let me wrap this up now. Now, this one says Nano Fori's PPP and other incremental parties are in unity talks. The National Youth Organizers have formed a coalition which recognizes each chairman of these political parties as our chairman. Oseko Fiakwa, that's very nice. Thank you very much for that one. But I can tell you that since 1992 the unity talks have continued. If I in 19 but it's true, me
NCP, PCP,
you're talking about
PHP in the account.
The same man has just spoke about resolve of media. Because of yesterday, it didn't happen. It won't happen today.
Prof.
Or we must stop the pursuit.
92 now, Papa Yoka say no America. No America.
But I feel no America.
America.
So there's a continuation.
You can't say Emma. So yes, more. Yeah.
That grandpapa. There you have ancestors who were great.
Mundi Assembly Kokrokoo can. Mundi
100 years
Okay.
after they
Now
existed.
listen.
It's about
now-
concept and principle and dedication
Now take Kweku back on.
to a goal.
Nana, Empacho, you don't have my time anymore. Take Kweku back on. Justice delayed is justice denied, but justice rushed is justice buried.
Good.
Striking the right balance is the way forward, but not a straightforward exercise. Before Major Mahama and JB Dankwa, there had been cases of murder, which has seen the suspects in jail awaiting trial and a conviction and sentence. God knows for how many years. I met such suspects in prison, for some of them on remand for more than 14 years.
Wow.
Technology to fight crime is being enhanced in Ghana today. Yes, we could do more, but it is not the case as if nothing at all is being done. Let's double check the facts prior to arriving at firm conclusions. The JB case is ongoing. Court reporting in that case is not and cannot be in abeyance. And then he adds, you just read my mind, Nana Fredia, about unity talks. Hopefully it will work today. Abdul Malik,
This was over 15 years ago.
Really?
and
Focus on your parliamentary seat.
okay.
15, more than 15 years.
Nana,
I'm glad everybody has an opinion.
Mamina say, dog,
Why am I this if what Gigi Musits, you know?
dog,
Not MPP people.
I dog, prof.
Yes, sir.
Mamima or appropriate title. And I'm in a building common who say opesoko na metiasie me person me prof d no bone hu komo kakra bi na prof I have only maybe the next 10 to 15 minutes. Okay. But this issue nanka me frɛ Dr. York ewo Kolebu, unfortunately he was very much willing to join us because me ko share nkomo bi efa tramo any amphetamines this idea. Also, you can't youth drugs. I are near here, really cocaine, but amphetamines, methamphetamines, and a tramol. But okay, I say you can't tramadol the other day. And I'm sure Dr. York, but Sanri a bagana, baby, meaning say any locally, but it means that we have a network of drug traffickers. I'm sure you know by now. And I don't know if these things come to your attention. Drug traffickers working to increase demand for narcotics. And I don't know how long we can watch this happen. But there's a certain network. And you being a professor of psychology, especially young people, what do you think we can do? Especially I'm looking at how narcotics are affecting our young people right now, and the network of traffickers and drug peddlers, the money involved, and all of that. Prof, your comments on it would help a lot.
Kwame, me say, no cre, so we had the AC, mbebun, abebun sabri ya pa Ghana hadia, anoshi.
Yeah.
Now. Dear had you know crying say Abrantie ebefa edanechi na obikura adibi oninsem na odi ato ninsem na ono so afechi hono enti obihu an say amona nam edanechi kiosk echi endua echi abo echi ana adesa areas a isumu wono no nam ho obi ma bribidia ma obi dia ko in fact one pedal side ya bia oye no ho kokota kote baby no afa boys in the night omo areas bia omo ko in fact na say na me di obi di nkomo no garden say your areas be in certain areas me mobbing e won kran ha the police fukura ni say ho de okwa just say makwan I mean, hodi I say in the one day, Obenum ho. Enti, eno na ma adnifesta no. Just say, and yes, okura car, police be jina car no stopping. Send you oba no stopping. And then we are HB say ya bargain on we are and nam kwan so police be jino. But obet me ka kra da hye ne bag ho. Backpacks. ne ba say krokromachi na hye ho kakra na hye ne botom kakra na hye ne back pocket kakra na hye awamo a hye ne motom na ono at particular times in the day days are ebia esuma ba kakra ana ebia an event be baso days like celebration days, Independence Day, we are in the festive mood, or more business basa. Because offer we now America cra, now America cra, now America cra, na economy.
Obi say sanko for mukra around ton credro near the no. Omukra could be likely traffickers and peddlers.
Obi atiamina so. But
yes, so money na meton credro. Our neighbors unim dia chance.
Obi tiamina so say. Omo they could peddlers pa. Because ono no oba in drone say be turning nyina no. Come they are socially sanctioned. I mean this are herbal.
Yeah.
Obi enum say sabe be madru. Omo ba say be madru. Bi o so person wa. Be also Kokrokoo, be also then these are drugs and medications obi anim say no.
But do we know what else they are selling?
No, say otoma nipa no at the point of sale. Say obi aba no otoma no. You don't know what he's selling to the person. But what you know we na oton o koto memedro. Na odi amano no afase. Enti ye wo various means be omonde etonton ebi ma boss na ebi na obi tia me na so o de abe no come dey dimpa and say how do you get them say security apparatus no crash sometimes are compromised. Some study teachers say obe to me actually it is sometimes be an yesterday be on yenu anom ba ya mo jagina commercial sex workers. Now we tell my stories are say a fighter we need that. Come in.
The oldest professor.
Oh come on, we need that. If you say or catch us say na me ya chi me by 10 times and you release me. If you say a china police no or chino no.
Onene ko da.
Oko tuaka. Otuaka no e jana bejina about him. Come on, when we say HIV is on the rise now.
Yeah.
And now when we say hepatitis B is also.
Yeah.
Sani me nyina. Enti no first one she sumase a otonton na ma ye hu. Two ye secrets no come part bi o me be say me bon ko. Say be san to aso. Come eno ne wo ye maya enom enroyo especially nipa na addicted. There is no law that can address it.
Except for more psychologists and psychiatrists.
Sometimes you're looking at those who come into contact with the justice system or the criminal system. Say, Oba, say, Bema, no, I addicted. All them go prisoner.
Yeah.
In fact, a paper. Me paper be.
Next week Monday, you beat me at Twaso.
And just say even in the prisons, no. Oh goodness. And one way anymore.
This connection between young people, teacher, because once I catch them young,
exactly.
And if you get them addicted at a young age, and no now need to move come penny remember Twaso. But in all of this, then they are making some people richer. It becomes some politically connected drug traffickers, but our national health insurance, our security services, then our prisons, how long can we watch this cycle continue? Teacher, if I am mebuno, it's say mebuno na so more fun room boni asamaba. Say if I say nka I am rewanning Kokrokoo from there 60 years. Only say enche. But the Mebunu, some as young as 14, 12, then they are hooked onto tramol, whatever.
Ice.
And then they graduate into. So, Prof, how long? Sadi Yabende?
Kwame, to be honest with you, two things. One, the fight against drugs and substance use all over the world is a continuous nightmare to every government.
Yeah.
In fact, so we share the West interventions. In fact, in Australia, for example, Ayama, they have to virtually lead these young people to go to a place for the injection. If you say what extra baby, they share the needles. Oh, they are intravenous, almost share, and it's leading to all kinds of infections, including HIV. And also, it's a very serious ethical issue. Would you want young people to go to a place when we say drone a kuna koma a kun a kwanya of us home and so on to me into what set baby say ombrana man syringe a clean na for one. Think about it. Until the first is that the fight is an uphill task, but it is not impossible. And that's the second point, which is that a drug education said with your CE, a yani a jai. And now, narcotics control board, no, as I say, I'm work with institutions. Coming under a young board on Quadio, not at all. And your police from Quadio. Look, the fight against drugs, Kwame, your institutions be a powerful. Also, when you not come, make out as a maybe baby, I'm sorry, baby, I'm sorry, and the Ube to me, I work through churches and religious organizations. Maybe schools. Obeko most universities no. Mental health policy cry no. Ebi ane ni ho. And also ebi you rolling it out. Enti as a sa ban holding because who koye in schools now kwame. One more year papa. Ye money ye pa. Enti e die na wo ha ebo omo. And education ben e koso. Nothing. We no free honoma. If you oba come some associations. Ye Ghana hano yana and say Oshia old associations are. Nema can say contributions. You require contributions. You require school contributions. Come there are certain indicators be honana areas be obey to me aboa. Ebi dey make say me shia sa we no kura ebe to me aka substance use one some. Say obi no madie look o ye bia we anyway. Until the fight must be collective and yet obi and now we ya show mo say omonye and they don't really link up with institutions that are critical in the fight. For example, basically maintain any national institutionalized research on drug use narcotic control board any one any university say basically but how can a nation have its young people? Yeah. Do you have confidence? Say, retirement. Our future will be in the hands of a man who uses drugs and a nation who's young, as I see our drugs, the future is bleak.
Extremely.
Globally. Your man know they abusing it because they kind of especially among the young vitamins that now it releases dopamine in their brain and the amount fairly beautiful and sweet in their brain. And the onya sa feeling they be biu onti kura enwa ena ye wo mabuni emaya no mabu a oni adwuma. They have no jobs. And the onam in the day na there's no meaning in life. Me can't say adwuma a structure ye man. Onya adwuma pa onimsa no pa osore a okoha me ba me say when life is unstructured anything at all can give you a purpose.
And teenagers say and some of these things and a man
and no the omo kosa only yo o te nkwan wi ase o to spa o bo ware na o bo chachaka ho no wi a na wasa akọ wi aka ho na oye oso wa fine maybe a woman and you hear a serious conversation on this all across say ye mbebunu enro essay o ti abofro baba ye president the obey MP the obey kwame biaoti the obey biamesmiti the obey drive it. Now imagine what you have drivers on the street maybe say how many of them are paying for most of them are young people and these are unknown more now hallucinating on the way are all driving what that man make catch be cross say we have to even look at drivers and substance use.
Yeah.
Say,
especially young commercial drivers.
Me say a little bit of study on alcohol consumption. It's also a drug. It's a substance. But other substances, tramo, ujina ne ho what is a one normal, you know.
Tramono.
Oh yes. And so Otika Nachi. Otika Otuako. Also Koshio Maba, Pano Koshio Guzaba.
Minia baby at the Ibia Brem says here, okay about collaboration and research. Also, Kwame, Professor Sarkodie of KNUST did a research in Kumasi at a place called Tinkerland.
Okay.
Well, I'll have to look for Professor Sarkodie.
Yeah.
It'll be nice to hear his stories and discuss his research. Prof, Iti, what do we do? So I deal with it. Someone can just mean per se uma edin komo na yehwe. But your closing comments on this.
Enti Kwame, you make am. And it said number 1, you hear engita hodie. Number 2, as I say, you move away from just a board, a commission. I think, Kwame, say you initiate a big research. You here to know, say a dear nama, dear, a quartesisa, one a ton, one peddlers, no, and brand then a mamoko. We need all of this. And you know, Kwame, November, me call US, no, me should call Tech House, a bay, I think it's in Maryland. Now we could share on installation. Oben who say a lot of our so-called rehabilitation centers are organ hano. Obeko maybe a nipa no a mompai any idea motivational talks and support systems. So nipa no be addicted. Those don't work. Oh here a detoxification. Me call no they detoxify you. And it's a crisis part obeko near detoxify you. Now if you work on the next stage. One is psychologist, one is psychiatrist, one is social worker.
I
mean, it's not something.
It is so destructive that to get you back, obebre, and I cabo.
And one are even those who are doing this rehabilitation, which are another now. I was saying, nobody supports them, but they've been on their own. Be a sophomore, be your elder, be a or you'll be your dog, a mountain. Now, Okoha, we say, I think that we should set up. We should even have a national rehabilitation center now. In fact, we do a railway. So Ghana doesn't have.
We'll continue this conversation, Prof. But yes, next time we should do it a whole program.
Come next week. Me and topic biamba.
No, because it's a major problem. Because till me say there was a man in Tema who we only was selling yomo. So him yomo head. I say interestingly, he was also selling drugs to young men.
That is the point.
Into a nam no ton yomo no. Oh yes, how do you suka?
That is the point. And don't be ha. Obeka try say e memedru.
Yeah.
Yamrantie di mbey so. Is a naba. Aphrodisia. Na kakra.
So be no ton near
at the firm. Mix a lot of things. Almost say asabo no maharawa. Just like that. These are young people. And to come next week, dear, come Bibia ba, young Phantom Chain.
Now you discuss you.
Men in a number.
Mati. Prof, I mean, I say no pay. Nana for you, I mean, I say no pay. Nana for you, D kind, sorry, and so me than I say. Now, one with you near Damase. Prof, see next week, you discuss it. The issue of drug abuse amongst our young people is frightening, trust me. Time to go, 2 minutes past 11. We'll be back tomorrow morning. It will be March 14. Once again, happy birthday, Mr. Bernard Apia JB, AK Benzo, AK Across Benzo, MD Prudential Bank.
no aye ne sa akoma
uti paiwa
fakina fama akoma APC kaka hawa akoma APC
sisiare